Welcome back to episode number 2 of the project. 10 games into our League 1 season. Things are going pretty well so far. Let me show you what you've missed. Now we are here for our double header today against Peterborough United and for Barnsley as well. And we are sitting high atop of the League 1 table. 10 games played, 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss and a plus goal difference of 17. Emil Hansen and Jay Stansfield are topping our goal scoring charts with 10 each. Emil Hansen with an average rating of 7.68, also our highest assister with 5. We currently have a goalkeeping problem. Both Allsop and Peacock Farrell are not impressing. Let me show you a couple of games that we've been playing, but all in all, we're doing quite well so far. Now looking at the fixtures since we were last here, obviously we beat Lincoln 3-2 after going 2-0 down. We then followed that up with a 4-1 victory over Stevenage. Wrexham destroyed them 5-0. Blackpool, however, did beat us 3-4 or 4-3, and it's this one that's kind of annoyed me slightly with this. And I don't know if it is the update to the match engine, but we seem to be conceding a lot of penalties and a lot of poor goals as well. So we did concede the lead early on to Ashley Fletcher. I mean, Samstead dawdled at the right hand side and Fletcher headed it past Peacock Farrell. I would have expected Peacock Farrell to have saved that, but then we did get back into the game with a Jay Stansfield brace. Iwata into Stansfield, lovely finish past Tyra, and we then went 2-1 up from the corner. Clara's header was saved, Williamson into Stansfield, and a lovely finish there. Now this isn't the same replay. Evans scored a penalty in the 60th minute and then scored another penalty in the 70th minute to bring it back to 3-3. Clara into Junho, Davies into Leonard, lovely finish into the bottom left hand corner, and then typically football manager style, 94th minute of the game, we concede from a corner. Again, Peacock Farrell hasn't impressed me at all, but we did also miss a penalty with Jay Stansfield in this game. Although we did bounce back with a 2-1 victory over Huddersfield at home as well. Bielik, he got sent off in the 19th minute. Cardiff 2-1 loss in the EFL second round of the Carabao Cup, so we're no longer in that cup competition. We drew 2-2 to Rotherham, but then we did beat Arsenal under 21s 4-0 in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Wickham 2-0 in the league. And 1-1 against Bolton. Again, we conceded in the 90th minute with this one. But then commanding victories over Shrewsbury, Crawley Town, Burton, and we have just beaten Swindon in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy 2-1. But we have got a double header today. Peterborough and Barnsley. I mean, if we have a look at how they are performing so far in the league, Barnsley are in 9th and Peterborough are all the way down in 15th place. And before we get into the game, a couple of bits of transfer news as well. We have a free transfer joining us, hopefully, Hayato Tanaka, 19-year-old Japanese from the J-League. He looks like he could be a good centre-back and left-back option. Again, I'm trying to keep as many realistic transfers as I can, and the fact that Birmingham City have been scouring the Asian market, hopefully he can come in and do a job at left-back or centre-back if required as well. One for the future, definitely with this one. And on a free transfer, I think it's a smart bit of business. Also, speaking of the goalkeeper position, I'm not happy with Allsop or with Peacock Farrell. So Edgar Badia is a player that we are looking to bring in. He's got some flaws. I mean, he's 5'10" as a goalkeeper. He's got 11 jumping reach, but 18 reflexes, 15 for one-on-ones, 16 communication. Command of the area could be a little bit better, but he's got 13 passing as well. And as we are looking to play out from the back, I think he's going to be a valuable addition for us. 14 for positioning and for concentration. So hopefully he can come in and do a job. He's on a minimum wage, I think it's of like £10,000 a week. But looking at his coaching report, he's a decent Premier League player. Unlikely to improve in the future, but he's 31 years of age. Hopefully one to come in and be our number one for the next couple of seasons at least. Now the game against Peterborough, this is how we are going to line up. It is still the Davies ball formation. However, Leonard is going to be playing in the midfielder option instead of the defensive midfielder position. So Allsop in goal, Samstead, Bielik, Davies, Cochran with Iwata and Leonard. Scott Wright, who's done fantastic since coming back in, 3 goals in his last few games. Williamson, Hansen and Stansfield as well. I mean, looking at how we have been performing, 10 goals for Hansen, 10 goals for Stansfield, 7 for Williamson, 3 for Scott Wright. We're doing quite well. We are playing very well as well. Peck is currently a fitness concern, as is Clara and Djukovic and Lyndon Dykes and Ethan Laird. Yeah, It's a grueling season so far, but let's get into today's game. Can we keep our winning run going on? Hopefully we don't go 2-0 down like we did against Lincoln. Very, very excited for this one. A good double header as well. You know what? I think we need to show everyone that their recent praise is justified. Let's do a bit of positivity with the team. And we have got Kwame Poku that is joining us at the end of the season as well. Is he starting today for Peterborough? He is. He's starting on the right hand side. So number 11, one to look out for. First light as always for Peterborough, and Poku nearly scores against, would he be classed as our parent club? I don't know, because we're not loaning him out just yet. But early pressure from Peterborough as Sparks is going to cross this in. And we have been quite poor from corners as well, as Ricky J. Jones hammers it just over the bar from distance. And we look at the table now. We are top on 24 points, and Peterborough are down in 15th. They've conceded 24 goals, but they have scored 22. So, yeah, not too bad with their goal difference there, as Williamson wins the header in the middle of the park. Hansen down the left-hand side. Is he going to put it in for Stansfield? No. Loses it out, and Peterborough can break on us again. Hayes over to Poku, but Cochrane wonderfully headers that into Hansen. Left-hand side. Is he going to put it in? No. Stopped again on the right-hand side by Peterborough. This could be a back and forth game here, as Leonard into Iwata. Williamson to Stansfield. One-on-one. Jay Stansfield. Waka waka. Hey. Jay Stansfield scores again. Wonderful, wonderful finish. Defence splitting pass as well. That was from Williamson. I mean, he was just waiting there. And Scott Wright, just to the right-hand side of him as well, was another option. But wonderful, wonderful goal. We are dominating possession. Can we get a second? Can we get a foothold in this game as Cochrane throws it into Williamson? Back to Iwata. From distance, Iwata? No. Wallin takes it off him. Leonard, he's in goal scoring form, and so is Stansfield, his second. Not sure how that went in. Williamson looked like he was tackled away, but yep, Stansfield wonderfully puts the ball in the back of the net for a second. And for a second, I was thinking Leonard was going to shoot from distance, but Stansfield picked up the interception from Katongo and put it into the net. A tight offside? No chance. Now, it has been pretty comfortable in this first half. Stansfield going 2 goals ahead of Hansen in the goal scoring charts. Will Hansen make an impression on this game as well? But Davies gives it back to Bielik. Bielik into Samstead. Leonard, Wright. Nice little bit of passing there, but Cipriano does pickpocket right of the ball. Critchlow to Sparkles. Hayes long over the top to Cochrane. But Poku, don't score against your club. He hasn't. He missed on purpose. The payoff wasn't there for Kwame Poku, but yeah, you're not going to want to score against your own club, are you? Now, just before half-time, can we get a third? Scott Wright with the free kick outside the box has gone for distance, and it has gone just over the bar. Very happy with our performance so far in the first half. I mean, 9 shots, only 2 of them on target, but we have scored both of those as well. 91% pass completion and 62% possession as well is absolutely fantastic. You know what? We can find another gear and take charge of this game. Do we want to make any tactical changes though? Not really. Scott Wright's on a 6.8. I mean, Iwata's on a 6.6. We're not going to make any changes just yet. Luke Harris is coming back from injury, so we can play him up there. But as Stansfield's nearly on a hat-trick, we're not going to make any changes in the upper end of the pitch. Cochrane into Hansen. Hansen into Stansfield. Fantastic stop that is by the Peterborough goalkeeper. We have got a scout report on him because Peterborough, they have a fashion of bringing through fantastic players, as Bielik headers just over the bar. Now, because Bielik got sent off against Huddersfield, I think a change can be made in that respect. But Cochrane again from the corner whips it into Bielik, and Iwata has put it in from a Bielik knockdown. Not sure if Bielik knew much about that. It looked like it bounced off the back of his head, but Iwata in the right place at the right time to thunder it home. That's surely going to help his rating, and it has. We're going to make a couple of changes here. Bielik, we're going to bring you off for Dion Sanderson. Samstead, his fitness concerns as well, so Gardner Hickman to come in at right back. Scott Wright is still on the 6.8, so we are going to bring in Luke Harris. And to be fair, everyone else is playing quite well. Stansfield, do we protect him? I mean, Cochrane, we're going to protect you first of all. Paul Buchanan. And then maybe we'll bring on Alfie May towards the latter end of the game as well. But 3-0, we're in cruise control here. 65% possession, 14 shots, 4 on target. And a 3-point gap at the top of the table. Second place Bolton. Haven't lost this season, but we've just won too many games. Davies now rolled out from Allsop. Gives it to Buchanan, into Leonard. 10 minutes to go. Harris. Long searching ball to Hansen. Stansfield's in the middle, but he gives it back to Buchanan, who cannons it off the post. Stansfield into the box to Hansen. Headed away by Katongo. I think we're going to bring on Alfie May now for Jay Stansfield. We don't want to pick up any unnecessary injuries, as Peterborough look to get a consolation goal here potentially. Collins from the right hand side. Back to Hansen. I thought that might have been a penalty then, and Hayes has put it just wide of Allsop's post. Let me know what you think about this, using this camera angle as well for the sideline. I'm not fully sure yet if I do like it, but Leonard into Buchanan, Hansen off the post, and Alfie May with a poacher's finish has put it into the back of the net. 4-0. Wonderful to see, and that is all kind of made from Hansen there. Nice shift off the post, and May has tapped it in to an empty net. I feel like that's a common goal that we are seeing as well with this match engine or the game update. A lot of off the post goals, which we have conceded as well, but there is the final whistle. 4-0. Wonderful start to this episode. Now, I don't really like to change a winning team, however Laird is fully fit again, so he is going to start ahead of Alphonse Samsted. Sticking with the same formation, Barnsley are currently in 8th place, so hopefully we can assert our dominance as the top club in the division. But, you know, it doesn't always work that way on a Football Manager, as we saw with the Lincoln game in the first episode. Things can change quite quickly in Football Manager, but, you know, we are the better team. Barnsley, they've lost 3 games this season, won 5, we've won 8, drawn 3, lost 1, and we are 3 points ahead of Bolton, who still haven't lost this season. But we are going to shout early, demand more to try and get us into this game. The first highlight has come, a Mark Roberts long throw-in. Who would have thought that? As Cosgrove, again, another ex-Birmingham City player, has headed it off the crossbar. First blood to Barnsley with the highlights, but you know, we are going to shout a bit of encouragement. Possession-wise, we're in control. Only just, however, it's not the best game. It won't be first on the highlight show. But we do need to do a little bit better, as Bielik runs into trouble there and Cochrane cuts out a long ball. Williamson back to Davies. We will demand more again. Davies down the left hand side into Cochrane, over the top to Hansen, put it in the middle. He has to Stansfield, 3 goals in 2 games in this episode. Wonderful to see. Hansen, the provider, Stansfield, the bagsman. But you can't really miss from that distance. But a lovely ball from Cochrane. Hansen first time, and Stansfield powering it in right in front of the goal. Just what we needed going into half time. Possession wise, 57%, doing well there, and we are now dominating on the shots. So a nice turnaround there. Hansen into Stansfield. We are going to encourage them as well. They can find another gear. And again, I don't like players on booking, so Hansen's going to come off for Keshi Anderson. Peck is coming back into this game as well from a fitness point of view, so we're going to take Leonard off for Peck for the second half, and who knows, maybe there'll be another tap in for Alfie May at the latter part of this game when we do make our changes. But doing well so far. Allsop out to Davies, has been very good at left sided centre back for us as well. Williamson down the left, but gives it back to Cochrane. I mean, Laird's on his own there over on the right hand side. Davies gives it back to Bielik. Nice controlled possession here. Bielik into Laird. Tries to go down the right hand side. Finds Scott Wright into the box. I mean, pushed out wide. Outside to Anderson. And to be fair, it's been given away, but Bielik has got there ahead of Cosgrove. Down the right hand side to Laird. Is he going to put the ball in? He has stood it up to Anderson. And it has been cleared away as well. A bombardment of the Barnsley box. Williamson into Anderson. Is this a goal? Fantastic. First goal of the season for Keshi Anderson. Finds the far right post. What a team that we do have here. It's way too good for this level. Williamson, lovely run down the left into Keshi. Bad goalkeeping position from Slonina, but a wonderful goal. 2-0 in the head now. Surely it's game over. And a couple of changes just to make on the half an hour mark, or the hour mark. May is going to come on for Stansfield. I mean, Cochrane hasn't been too bad. But we do want to get Lee Buchanan's fitness back in. Where should we put Peck? Peck can't play there. Thor can't play there. Keshi can play there. Cochrane, you know what, maybe we'll just drop it around a little bit. We'll drop Williamson into the middle, put him out on the right hand side. Wright is going to come off. What am I trying to do here? We could put Bielik in the middle there. And then Scott Wright off for Dion Sanderson. Just to rotate the team around and get more players, having more minutes. Yeah. Corner, Cochrane, left-hand side, whipping it in. Bielik, headed. Lost to Mark Roberts. Alfie May, though, however, goes for distance, and it has gone over the bar. That's not troubling the Barnsley goal. But looking at the stats here, we're absolutely dominating the possession. 61%, dominating the shots as well. But as expected with this team that has been built prior to us arriving, Roberts now into Connell. But Barnsley have the best midfielder in the league, apparently, according to Twitter, as Roberts gives it back into Connell. Nice little play around. Bielik does try and cut it out though, but Cotter over the top to Cosgrove. Not Cosgrove. Cosgrove has scored against us. Against his former club. Yeah, I feel a bit dirty having that being conceded against us there, but it was just a ball over the top into Cosgrove, and to be fair, it's a nice finish. Also, that is why your position is at risk though. 10 minutes to go. Will there be an upset here? I really hope not. 3 minutes to go. We have a highlight. Sanderson into Bielik. Davies. Cochrane now on the left. I mean, we haven't done much since that goal. Speak of the devil. Commentator's curse. Wonderful pass to Keshi Anderson, who puts it in to a tap-in from Alfie May. Did I claim that earlier on in the game? That would bring him on for a tapping goal. Cochrane, Anderson, May. Lovely finish. That puts any doubt of us losing this game out of our head. Charlton have now made their way into second place. We are 3 points ahead of them with a game in hand. And Bolton still haven't lost this season. But let's focus on ourselves. A 3-1 victory. Very nice to see. Now our unbeaten run has gone to 10 games. And I just kind of want to focus on the league at the minute with how we are performing with the stats. Obviously we are top of the league. 9 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Plus goal difference of 23 with 29 points on the board. But just looking at the overview, we scored the most goals in the division with 38. We've had the third most amount of shots with 178. The fourth fewest shots against with 103. Pass completion, we are third with 88%. And we are second to Bolton with 61% possession. I don't think we're going to be involved in the tackles. We are third, 4 dribbles made. 7th for clean sheets, only 3, which is why we are looking at the goalkeeping position. And we have conceded 15 goals, which is the 6th worst, or 6th best, I should say, in the division. Yeah, not too bad. Exeter in the first round of the FA Cup. We were knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And we do have Bromley still to play in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Now, it's a long season in League One. 46 games to play. Same as the Championship, to be fair, but we are potentially going to be coming back for a double header of Stockport and Charlton Athletic. Maybe just a Charlton, depending on where they are in the league. But if we do look at the league as well, Charlton are second, Stockport are in 6th. It's a busy year, and it's a very tight League One table. Getting ahead of ourselves with the Championship, it is a tight League One table. But let me know down below if you've liked the video so far. If you've made it this far, let me know of any transfers that you think I should be doing. Hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.